Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Jonathan, Kristen, Mike, and I are back for Survivor 1 through 50, closing out Volume 3, and we're doing our happy dance because we're here for Worlds Apart. Kristen's very happy to finally be talking about Mike Holloway.
I'm doing the happy dance. I'm so excited. Yay. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well, let's kick it off. Why did you guys want to discuss Worlds Apart? Kristen, we can start with you.
Simple answer, Mike Holloway. Simple answer, done and done. But you know what? Like, I'm gonna start this off by getting a lot of flack, so people won't have to wait too long to start bashing me in the comments. This is the best season of Survivor of all time, and I'm dying on that hill, and you can't tell me otherwise. Okay, moving on.
What?
Let them start. Like, we're 2 minutes in. Let the bashing start early. Why wait till the end? It's fine.
I'm not jumping on that train.
Jake's like, moving on.
Listen, but literally, like, I've said this before, like, about Gabon, when I would talk about Gabon, like, this is a, like, WTF season where you're, like, just watching this train wreck happen, but you're also on the edge of your seat the entire time because you get this, like, hero that's, like, put his foot in his mouth, but, like, he's still, like, this really amazing guy, and then you're like, oh my god, he has to win, and that's why I love this season, because you're, like, you're waiting on the edge of your seat to see what kind of crazy bullshit comes out of most of this cast's mouth, and then you want to watch Mike Holloway win. Like, that's literally, it's so good.
Yeah. Mike, your thoughts. Why did you want to discuss Worlds Apart?
Yeah, so initially this was the season that brought me back to Survivor. Kelly is actually from Buffalo, Niagara Falls. So it was like, oh, there's someone local that I can, like, kind of root for in the game. So that was really exciting. So it was kind of a re-entry for me back into Survivor after I had moved to Buffalo, but also because I think just in general, this cast is such a disaster that it's so much fun to talk about. And so I was just really excited to, like, be cool, calm, and collective, and, like, just have these conversations about all these, like, ridiculous people, but also the stereotypes. I think that blue collar, white collar, no collar is a very interesting dynamic in Survivor. I think it crashes and burns in such a beautiful way. But it's fun to talk about.
Yeah.
And he wanted to fight with me. It's fine.
And then, okay, I did want to fight with Kristen, so that also pulled me in.
We will definitely get to the theme as we go, and it's definitely not the worst 3-tribe theme that we've ever had. Jonathan, why did you want to discuss Worlds Apart?
I figured that, like, because this is considered, like, the Dirty 30 season of Survivor, and it's got, like, this kind of overall general, like, negative reputation, but it's still got a lot of crazy moments in it. I figured I wanted to talk about that. I liked Mike as a winner a lot. I thought I was going to be the only person that actually liked Mike as a winner, but it's nice to know that there are people out there that like him as a winner. But I was also kind of fascinated with how, like, when we talked about Palau as, like, the 10th season, it wasn't really, like, a celebratory season, because, like, back then they didn't know if they were going to be, like, on the air after season 10.
Right.
We get to 20 with Heroes vs. Villains. It's a huge celebratory event, and they know they're going to be on the air for, like, ever. And then we get to Dirty 30, and it's like kind of another gatekeeping moment between, like, capping off the past other 10 seasons that just happened, while also leading us into a new decade of Survivor.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, I remember, so I was about to graduate from high school when the season aired. I'm sorry to age everybody on this podcast.
We're basically the same age, though, so it's like I was probably graduating high school too. So.
Yeah, okay, so Jonathan and I were
you're walking the stage
right now.
But I was about to graduate high school. I remember when this season came out, the cast got released, and I was like, ooh, a college professor that teaches Survivor. And I'm like, Max Dawson, that's the guy I'm going to pick. And then my older brother is like, Jake, he's going to be a horrible pick. You shouldn't pick him. And this is the last season my brother watched live. He doesn't watch the show anymore. But I'm like, no, he's going to be great. And then he failed epically, as we'll discuss. And he was horrible.
And almost came
beautifully back. And epically. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
Call it beautifully, though. Like, I don't know.
No, it was not beautiful. It was very the opposite.
No, he's probably my least favorite winner pick I've ever made.
Ouch.
Sorry, Max.
You were young. You were young.
You were young and impressionable at the time.
Yes.
You're naive.
All right. Well, let's get into it. So immediately we're told that we're about to get a class warfare, the blue collar, white collar, and no collar. So we're immediately introduced to some kooky characters. We're getting Dan Foley telling us you will not forget him, and no, we will not, unfortunately.
Not for a good reason.
You have Vince saying he's a seeker of truth. He's a coconut vendor. You have some weird characters, and so you're immediately getting everybody on the mat. And yeah, I mean, first of all, what did you guys think of the theme of blue collar, white collar, no collar?
I mean, for me, I really like this idea because, like, when you think about that in real life, right, there are clearly in life, like, you come across these people all the time, right? You come across somebody that's sitting in a white collar that you would never, like, I cannot resonate with them at all. Like, I'm not a CEO. I'm not rich. I'm not, like, living the best life. I'm a worker. Oh, I could never resonate with, like, a no collar. Like, how do you have no plans? Like, I really like this because it was, like, kind of a viewpoint for anybody that's in those categories to get viewpoints of the other categories, right? And so I just thought it was a really fun way to bring this in. I was instantly like, blue collar has this because, like, they know what it's like to work, but they know what it's like to kind of, like, work and have fun at the same time. So I instantly was like, blue collar immediately is taking this. And I was instantly drawn to Mike Holloway from the second that like, the episode started. I was like, winner pick, done and done. Like, answered and signed, sealed, delivered. Like, that was, like, my easy pick. And then, I mean, we get the bold statement right off the bat from blue collar that there's, like, the winner sitting on this mat. And it was, I mean, it's true. Like, I think that was, like, something that for me was an easy, like, somebody on this blue mat is definitely taking this win, and I'm picking Mike Holloway.
I almost think they wouldn't have shown that if it doesn't end up mattering for the storyline, unless they just wanted to watch everybody fall flat on their face. But there's enough of those people on this season that are going to do that. So.
Yeah. But, like, how fun is it also when somebody's as bold to say that and then they, like, brutally get taken down? You're like, remember that time you said you were going to be good?
Yeah, and she's the first off the tribe. Yeah.
It's like when that happens, it's like when someone says that, like, one of two things are going to happen. Either that person's going to win this show or they're going to be, like, the first person booted off their tribe. And I was really scared for Mike because I was like, I want to like this guy so much, but I'm so scared for him because I didn't know if he was going to be, like, an early boot or he was going to do well. But thankfully, he managed to do insanely well this season.
Yeah. Mike, any thoughts on the theme?
Yeah, I mean, very similar to what Kristen said. I feel like going into this, especially at that point, I was, God, how old was I? I don't even know, 30 something.
Oh my God, stop, because I'm gonna feel even older.
You're both 27, right?
So yeah, something like that. So I just remember I had just moved to Buffalo. I was kind of really starting, like, really getting deep into my career, but, like, I was an educator. So, like, educators kind of toe the line between blue collar and white collar. And this idea that, like, I came from a blue collar background, but I kind of have a no collar mentality, but I'm working in a blue collary, white collary job. And so it was just kind of fun to watch, like, play out and see, like, who's going to have, like, the better strategy, who's going to be able to manage the game the best. I was a blue collar stan from the start. I felt really solidly about blue collar, probably because of my own background. But I really wanted to see kind of how no collar kind of engaged themselves in the game. I think that they had some successes as no collar players, but I was really kind of rooting for no collar, but I knew blue collar kind of had it in the bag.
Yeah, I agree. I guess in terms of, like, my viewpoint, I guess I would probably be, like, a no collar viewpoint. I mean, I'm kind of a dreamer, I don't know if free spirit is the term, but I guess I'm definitely not, like, a blue collar or white collar kind of guy. So I think no collar is where I'd fit. But I don't know. I didn't really connect to the no collars this season. I mean, I think part of it is they very much end up being a disaster. So,
unfortunately.
Yeah. But we get our first twist. So we get a Kagion like twist where each tribe picks a representative, but now they pick someone to represent them with them, and they go back to camp and make a decision. So white collar is So, Kim, and Joaquin. Blue collar is Mike and Dan, and no collar has Jen and Will. So this is very interesting groupings. So and Joaquin are obviously going to get in trouble. They make probably one of the worst lies in Survivor history with the neutral box, the honesty and deceit. I like this twist a lot, but why would you come up with the lie that's that stupid?
It would be the white collars to lie about it and be sleazy.
Yeah.
But like, it's not only, yeah, it's
I
like,
agree.
but I'm not shocked that they lied about it, but it's like you would have expected like people that are in a white collar position to be able to come up with something way more believable than that.
100%.
I was like, this seems like a no collar answer. What are we doing here? Like
Yeah.
zero thought behind that, even though they actually had thoughts about it. So it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they were also trying to figure out how to say their tribe mates' names, because I feel like they kept mispronouncing Carolyn's name. They kept mispronouncing Shirin's name. Like, I don't even know what was going on.
Yeah. I mean, I will say though that I do love this twist as well. However, like it's kind of sucks for the people that are picked to do this, right? Because it doesn't matter what you come back with, as we see, is like everybody's gonna be like, are they telling the truth? That seems a little weird. Like, you know what I mean? So even when you're doing the right thing, like you're still gonna get questioned on it. So like you're kind of already putting yourself in the spotlight and not a good way.
Yeah, agreed. I like Mike. He's like asking Dan, are we gonna be the good guys or are we gonna be the bad guys? That was a good line. But yeah, as you said, Kristen, like Sierra,
which also sets the whole tone for Mike and Dan too, right?
Yes.
Like Mike doesn't want to be the bad guy, but he also knows he's playing the game of Survivor. Whereas Dan is just kind of like we're doing everything for the group. No, you're winning Survivor. Like you're playing Survivor. So it was already set up for me that like Mike wants to play the game. He just has to figure out how with a bunch of blue collars.
Yeah. And as Kristen was saying, Sierra Dawn Thomas is the one to be like, oh, they didn't bring back like the big bag of beans. Like maybe this is their game changer moment of like calling out Mike and Dan for the bags of beans.
Also, I don't know how much we're going to actually talk about this. I'll bring it up now. This is the stepping stone, the very first ripple of Sierra and Joe.
Yes.
And this is where they met. They became friends. They get into a relationship. They're now married with 2 beautiful children. Like, I love this moment. So I know that this won't be our main topic, but that seemed like the perfect time to throw it in there since we're probably not going to be talking about those people as like main characters.
You know, since Candace and Billy didn't work out from a few seasons ago. So
This is the one. This is the one.
The edit doesn't pay attention to Sierra and Joe, like their relationship at all. Like,
because they don't like each other. They're not like working together in the show. This is like all after, but it was like, this is them like their meet cute basically that just didn't work out well, and then finally figured out how to work.
Okay, I was like, if they like had some interest in each other in the show, I was shocked that they didn't show it. Okay,
no, they've talked about that too. That they were like, no, we were not working together. We didn't like each other. Like it was after the fact that we became friends.
It was like their headspaces were. They're both completely worried about 2 different things going on in the game at that time. So it was like happening at all those meet and greets afterwards, probably.
Yeah, no, it's definitely that.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah, no, this was the meet cute, and then it like was not so cute, and then it became cute again. It was great.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention, so I guess Nina and Tyler, I guess, were supposed to be on different tribes. What Nina was supposed to be on white collar, Tyler was supposed to be on no collar, and they got swapped last minute, right? Is that the story?
That is correct.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. I think I should mention that. So I find that interesting. I feel bad for Nina. She immediately does not fit in, but also I don't think she's that good of a player regardless. Like, we're gonna see her basically doom herself and also cause Will to end up flipping. So
hold on. We are not going to let this slide where we're going to talk about that this was Nina not being a good player. This I'm sorry is like prime example of like a no collar situation where they don't know how to deal with somebody that has a disability, and they're like, you can't compete. I don't know how well you're going to do here. Let me sit you out. Like, they never gave her a fair shot right off the bat. Like, right off the bat. That was just trash right off the bat. And I hate that every time I watch. That's probably my one big pet peeve I have with season 30 is that they instantly tagged her as, like,
that's the one pet peeve?
Yep.
That's the one?
Okay, I'm sorry. No. I'll throw in 2 when we get Dan's discussion of how to talk to women. But, I mean, we're not there yet.
Just throwing
Fair enough.
anything Dan says is a problem.
Dan and Rodney
Right.
and their hatred towards women we'll get to in a minute. It's fine. But no,
Yeah.
like, but this is like honestly the like with especially with having Kaysen and things like that, with him having disabilities and things like that. I'm not the only parent that has it. I'm not the only person that's out there. Like, Kaysen will not be the only person in the world that has to live and learn how to thrive with a disability. But if I had to watch my son go on there and people just instantly be like, you can't do this,
Right.
I think that is the most disgusting and foul thing I've ever seen. So, like,
Yeah.
not even giving her a shit.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I agree, because like, yeah, Jen and Haley are just more interested in body surfing and like, you know, not really asking anybody else to go with them. And then
Yeah, I would not say she's a bad Survivor player. I think that she just got a crap end of the stick massively.
Yeah, I agree. And then like what the one challenge she goes out is like Joe is basically telling her, you can't help us. You literally just have to go ahead. So I do see what you're saying. Yeah, I do agree. So I think we need to mention, since we're on No Color, let's mention Vince, who they really wanted to be the new coach.
You mean Feathers?
Yeah, the Feathers. He has a problem with Joe. Thinks Joe is challenging his leadership and his manliness. And
okay, what leadership did Vince honestly bring to the table? Like that was the part that I'm watching both of these episodes where he literally goes after Joe, and I'm like, no, you're just jealous because Jen likes him more. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all this is about.
Yeah,
it's really cringy. It's really cringy.
Very, like, it's like, listen, every time I watch this season, and I've watched it a lot, every time I'm like, oh my gosh, like, can production step in and help this poor girl? Like, it felt very like, is he watching her sleep? Like, what is he doing to, like, listen, I'm trying to be nice because, like, I don't know the person as a person, but, like, I instantly every time was like, I do not feel safe for this poor girl sitting in this tribe with him, because this was scary. It was scary, obsessive, all like off the bat, like right off the bat.
yeah, well, he's like stuffing her face in his armpits. Like, it's gross. Like, she comments on it. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't want my face to be in anybody's armpits when you've been out there for a week not showering. So
It's so weird.
So yeah,
and it's like, meanwhile on No Collar,
yeah,
there's more
Okay,
chaos.
then we get to that.
Yeah, then we get to that. Yeah.
yeah.
It's honestly like the idea of a coconut kind of grosses me out now. Like I don't even like it's just, the whole idea is so cringy. Like, and it's like you want it to get better. Like you want him to like realize he's like being a little extra, and then he just doubles down, and it's like, no, I'm over you super fast.
Yeah, it's if I don't know, like it's if they intended it for him to be coach, and then he was, if coach all of a sudden became a creepo. Like,
right, at least like that's, I like Coach as like a character.
Yeah,
he was never creepy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, Vince is the person, and I always feel like I say these on these podcasts. I'm talking about him in the show, people, so don't come for me. But
as what we saw in the show.
Yes, I always have to say this
ago.
because I know what I'm about to say sounds horrid, but Vince is the type of person that you get to watch documentaries about of being a psycho serial killer. Like, it's 100% fact. I'm sorry. Like, how he was acting on the island. Again, this is probably not him in real life, but how he was acting on the island towards Jen. There, like, if that was real life, that was a documentary.
Well, and Joe, like, I feel like
and
he looped Joe into this weird like standoff that didn't make sense to Joe at all. Like, Joe was so weirded out by the whole thing.
This is like two friends just hanging out, but he's convinced that she's like basically married to him, and this is like the guy that's like stealing her from him, and it's like a double murder homicide. Like, it's a whole thing that you're seeing on every documentary out there. Like,
next on Unsolved Mysteries.
Right, like, it's just one of those things. And again, I'm sure Vince is a lovely person outside of, but on
I'm
Survivor.
sure he is.
Come on the show.
I would maybe buy a coconut from him.
Maybe.
Hopefully he's still selling coconuts. Like, I kind of want to know that. So
he's actually a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. He went completely white collar.
After this,
He's in a suit with like short hair. Like, he's completely
I mean, Joe did.
Yeah.
that's true. Joe cut his hair off. So, all right. So I think we should have mentioned white collar. So after the vote, you have Max basically basking in his glory, literally, of
His
being the guy
nakedness?
of being like basically in charge. I love Mama C here is like basically slowly gathering like the numbers against Max. Like she's basically being like, hey, this guy is weird. He's doing weird stuff. He's trying to be Richard Hatch. I really loved that the seeds start getting planted earlier here. But it's so weird because Max like does this, and then like Carolyn's like he's like the cult leader, and then Shirin does exactly that, where she follows Max and decides to go naked as well. Like it's just weird.
Yeah, she literally says they drank the Kool-Aid. Like,
Yeah.
it's very true. But see, here's the thing where, again, we're in this situation too where Mama C, we can tell right off the bat, and I'm a huge fan of Mama C. Like, yeah, baby. Like, I'm in it.
Yeah,
I'm in
baby.
it. I'm a huge fan. And again, this is a point where you see how incredibly smart she is. But then you get these people that are like, oh, she's old. She can't compete in Survivor. It's like, are you kidding? Have you seen this woman? She's like Denise
literally.
all over again. Like, you guys should not be messing with Mama C right now. Like, it's just
wait
again,
for the
now
other
we're getting
challenges
this
to come in, and
again.
then she's gonna be winning, and she's like, whoa, like, yeah.
But it's really frustrating to see like people just assume this about people that may be like more heavier set. They have a disability. They're older. They're like, just stop judging people by their appearance.
Yeah, I mean, so and Joaquin, that's basically only them, really. And like, what I love it tribal when So gets voted out, and Carolyn's like, So's like, I'm so good at challenges. Like, you're not as good at challenges. Like, what? Because you untied a couple of knots or whatever. Like, I loved that.
Right, she's not backing down. I would not be going up against Mama C in a fight. So I have
Yeah, Mama C wins that. So
Well, I think this is also where we see pre-merge a lot more balance in challenges, where the puzzle starts to become more of a piece of winning the challenge. And so you've got somebody like Carolyn who can hold her own in the physical, but also is super intelligent and can rock out puzzles. So you want to keep those people on your team because they're going to be able to help you in the challenges, even though they may not be the most physical on your team.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then Shirin also notices Monkey's having sex and decides to run back and tell everybody that. So
Listen,
howler monkeys.
Yes,
howler monkeys. No, but I mean, this is her like in the beginning of Wicked of like, good news, everyone. Like, there's monkeys having sex. Like, why are we here? Why are we discussing this? Like, I would be like, and it's so early. Like, I'm not eating, I'm not sleeping, and you want to come and talk to me about this? I would vote her out just because of this. She would annoy me so bad.
I'm shocked they showed it on television, to be honest.
But then it's not even just like her announcing. She's like, "You guys want to come see?" No.
I mean, I'd rather the howler monkeys than worrying about Dan's underwear. To be fair.
His manties.
Oh God, like
up his legs.
To be fair,
like every tribe's got their own set of problems that they're dealing with. That's driving everybody crazy. It's like, meanwhile, over here, and it's like, like no. Like,
yeah, and Dan's
this
arguing.
Is what we're calling about the train wreck, though. This is what you.
Max meant to go naked. Dan didn't actually mean to do it.
He just lost them.
And then ties up his shirt. So funny.
Like a freaking sumo wrestler diaper. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, and then Dan's also arguing with everybody about the shelter. He's like, I am a fat guy.
But also, what, like, you know what I never understood with him with the shirt thing is like, did you only bring one pair of underwear? Like, what? Like,
and it's the
why
Speedo.
are we like why are we here? Why are we making a big massive diaper out of a shirt instead of just putting another pair of underwear on? I'm so confused. So weird.
I don't know. A Speedo.
Question I don't ever need the answer to, but like, it's out there.
Well, I think it was because he came back from losing his underwear. He didn't want to walk through camp naked, so he put on the manties so that he didn't like totally expose himself.
Like, there were other things, but like it's not
not
that
when he's at the river. He
Yeah,
only
it
brought
was
so
also,
much stuff to the
he
river.
wore that for a minute. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like he came up and was like, I'm gonna go back into the jungle and put these underwear on. Like, he's sitting there in this like man diaper made out of a shirt for like ever.
He spent so much time making it, he might as well show it off.
Yeah, it'd be awful if you just found like Philip's old leftover like underwear in the jungle from like like 8 seasons ago because they're filming in
what's
some
this?
location.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Nicaragua, yeah.
He's on a bridge. He's like, well, these I found them. Like,
That's actually amazing point.
Anybody using these?
no,
Yeah.
and, like Philip is watching this at home. That's where they were. They're right there. Okay.
Oh my God.
Well,
That
I'm
was
glad I
good.
brought up Dan's missing underwear. Glad
Thank
that
you.
was- You're welcome.
But yeah, and then we're gonna get to, as we brought up, we're gonna get to Rodney and Dan talking about the standards that women should be able to, mainly Rodney. So this is where Rodney is arguing with Lindsay about
Don't
women should
worry,
be.
folks. We'll get to Dan talking shit about women later.
Y-
It's gonna
yes,
be fine.
So Dan talks shit about women later. This is where Rodney's like, women should be held to a higher standard, is basically now not getting along with Lindsay after it seemed they were going to get along from the first episode, and then now they're just not getting along at all.
Why can't they just be tatted buddies? I don't understand.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I will never forget watching this live, and I'm like, oh gosh, you freaking idiot! Like, I just remember being like, he like starts to bring it up, and I'm like, don't do this, don't do. Okay, we're gonna do this. Oh, now we're making it even worse. Like, it's just like keeps building, and you're like, please just stop, please just stop. Now, I will say, like, I am 100% not on a Rodney fan base here, but I will say that depending on how people were raised, like, if he's coming from this, like, obviously he, like, his family business, all these things, like, he's growing up in this very tight-knit family where the mom was the stay-at-home mom and she wore probably pearls and a skirt, and, like, that's fine, but, like, you are a tatted up hot mess. Like, there are other people out there that can be also the tatted up hot mess and just be as awesome and capable as you are. So, like, that's where I was just like, stop talking. Just stop talking. I know that you're trying to mean well or somewhat mean well in this moment because you're like, my mom is like, you know, perfect June Cleaver here. But no, that's not how the world works, Rodney. And you should know that because of look at yourself.
yeah, I honestly didn't really care for either side because, like, Rodney's making those statements, Lindsay's yelling at Mike about his God and starting fire. Like, I thought that was really offensive. So, I didn't care for either one. So.
I mean, they both could have gone. I was fine with it. The fact that we had to sit with Rodney for even longer, it just.
At least we got the dishes, as we'll get to later.
Yeah,
So.
so we got to see Jeff give him a cake.
True.
A lot. And he gets a standing ovation too.
Right.
True.
All
Like,
the things. Oh,
Very
my
true.
God.
hey, to each their own. But anyways,
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right, so let's get to the swap now. So we do get the swap. Very interesting swap because it seems like a lot of the physically strong players are put on the new Escameca, and the Nagarote kind of gets some of the not as physically strong people. But this is where we are going to get Mama C throwing Max and Shirin under the bus. We also have Kelly kind of the swing vote. We should mention Kelly also getting hit in the head. We didn't mention that.
Thank you for bringing this up
No.
because, like, watching this, like, you're like, ouch, but then, like, blood just everywhere.
Yeah.
You're like, how bad is this? Like, because, like, you see it hit her and you're like, ouch, that definitely hurt. Like,
And it
that
goes-
hurts so bad. But then it's just, like, instantly red. Like, that's, like, profusely bleeding that you're like, what is under this? Like, it, oh my gosh, I'll never forget that. I was like, again, it's like these certain kind of injuries that you get on Survivor, like I talked about, like Mike's given, which I know we don't like to talk about him, but like the fire, I'll never forget watching this as his skin's floating downstream. Like, these are the things like they are embedded in your brain because they're just so like, wow, like this, they're really out here doing this, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, and I think what's interesting about this moment too is that Jeff literally warns them like 17 times about
Yes.
letting go of those ropes. And like he says it like multiple times. And then I
don't-
literally wrote a note. I said an injury is destined. And I obviously know that it's happening, but like it's very clear when you watch it that Jeff is
Yes.
trying to be very like, hey, someone's gonna get hit, and it happens. But not only does it happen, but it happens epically. She is, like you said, bleeding profusely, and it's like, this is what Jeff was telling you all. Like, why are you not listening to directions?
Well,
Well,
'cause-
you said he said it 17 times. Maybe he should have said it 18, and then that would have been
Let-
the one that clicked.
Well,
Listen,
Yeah,
Jeff Probst, I'm a middle school teacher. I understand. I get your pain.
he's like,
yeah.
But also in this challenge, though, it's not, I mean, yes, that was like the major one, but like there are a lot of injuries happening in this challenge. Like, they are running, like, it is bad. Like, every time you watch this, I still will watch this, and I've watched this season a million times to the point where I could probably quote it beginning to end. And every time I watch this, I'm like, oh, no, like every time. It's so bad.
It's this and Kagion where they're just like running into the gates, like, and like hitting, the guys are hitting their balls on the gate things, like the obstacles. Like, it's just bad.
Well, they're like they're flying over things because they hit it so fast. Like, it's like, let's walk, please.
Yeah.
I also want to point out Max's hustle that doesn't exist in any challenge. Every time Max has to step up to the plate, he just like saunters. He doesn't run. He doesn't like nothing. He like, it's almost like he's just going to the grocery store today. Like, it was ridiculous watching him when he swapped out with Shirin in the first challenge. He just like walks right up to the puzzle. Like, they're not losing. And then in this challenge, I think who is he tied to? Shirin again?
Yes, yeah.
Probably.
I can't remember who he was, right? Together. And Shirin's like running and he's like behind her, like, what am I doing? Where am I going? And it's like, Max, just fucking run. Just run.
To your point,
he didn't want to go flying across some obstacles. He was being smart.
I don't care.
And
he lost.
And to your point, Mike, I believe Max, like in the first challenge, is basically like, oh, they're not going to be able to solve a puzzle. We're going to win. And then they completely lose horribly. Max is just way too overconfident and cocky.
Yeah. He's kind of like in denial
100%.
like the whole time. He's like, oh, we're going to win it. Like, duh. Like, I mean, we're going into like the episode where he like gets voted out at, where he's just basically like talking with Shirin on the beach, like, with his stroking his professor goatee, like how would an educated
as I'm doing it.
because we're more educated than everyone else here, obviously they're not going to vote us out, and there's like two of them, and like everyone else is like, they've been down there for a long time, and he's sticking.
I do like that Max had a British accent in this reenactment.
You know, it was almost better than just his regular like normal voice.
He's
whatever it was,
in the pot, and he's like, oh, and on top of that, I'm also going to piss Jeff off too at tribal council.
Yeah, let's get to it. So we got him trying to copy Malcolm with the hold up bro, and Jeff's just like, okay.
I'm like,
just
I love it. He just comes
I love Jeff's reaction.
Yeah,
and then he gets voted out, which is even funnier.
Yeah, it is.
Like
even
sassy
funnier.
Jeff is like, again, we get like these peak moments of like older episodes of sassy Jeff, and I live for it. Like, please, Jeff, bring him back. We get like very slim moments now.
Yeah, I also think like a lot of the reason it's Max and not Shirin is because I think Carolyn really does a even better job. Like, Max is already annoying them too, but like Carolyn, I think, really throws Max under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so,
she's been over him for like seconds.
How Carolyn is not the game changer from this season and some others are, I don't understand.
Yeah, it really baffles me as well. Let's get to a real game-changing episode. I mean, there's a few things that are really good about this episode. Unfortunately, we have to listen to Dan tell us he knows how to talk to women, which he in fact does not. So do we want to talk about?
He's a really nice guy, everybody. He's a really nice guy. He really is.
Guys, yeah, he's from Maine. Give him a break.
Whoa. My family's from Maine, and we do not. I do not relate in any way.
Yes, dear. Yes, I understand.
I have zero words as a woman.
Oh my God.
Because this is just so, like, I sat here in this episode the most irate I think I've ever been in my entire life, because you have Mike Holloway that's like, so you're not so great with words, and he's like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm great. I know exactly how to talk to a woman. I'm just gonna make her feel great. I'm gonna tell her she doesn't look fat in those pants. We're gonna have the best conversation of all time. And then he goes into like the whole confessional of it, of like all the just degrading, like what women like, just this is how you talk to a woman, and she'll just totally love everything because you're doing that. And it's like, oh, the producers and editors of the show knew exactly what they were doing to make him like just like absolute trash, because they were like, let's get all of your thoughts. How do you talk to a woman, Dan? Because we're gonna make you look like an idiot.
Oh yeah, they really wanted to make Dan look like a complete idiot. Like he's basically like insulting Mike. He's like, Mike, I'm 20 years older than you. I know how to talk to women better than you do. It's like, no, you don't. I'm shocked Dan lasts all the way to Final Six. Like, I really am. He literally is terrible at this game. Even like when they vote out Lindsay and they split votes on her and Sierra, and they literally come back to camp, and like Mike is really trying to like smooth things over, and Dan just like flat out tells Sierra, oh yeah, you were on the bottom, here's what everything you did wrong. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, Dan?
Because that's how you talk to women. That's how you get through to them. Basically telling them that they are a woman and they have periods and they should never do anything other than just sit there and listen to these big bully men. Dan, you're
this
so
is
smart.
also the episode that Rodney, I think, really like solidified himself as the, I don't even know how to describe it, but like he thinks he's the strategist of all time.
Yeah.
And we're all watching this, just like watching it burn. And like, so his relationship with Wak, that's what he calls him, right? Wak. So there's Rod and Wak, and then you've got Rod and Wak, and Rodney just goes into tribal council. Like he made this plan to throw the challenge. Mike throws the challenge only because it saves Kelly. And then there's this like cockiness surrounding Rodney going into tribal council. So of course he makes the whole tribal about himself. And then Wak goes home. And it's like such an epic moment of Rodney just being like, what the fuck just happened? Because I thought I had everything on lock.
Yeah.
But he continues to think he does the entire season.
That's the great part about it, is like, because we all know that was literally Mike being like, we gotta protect, like this had nothing to do with Rodney. And I mean, again, we all know throwing things are not smart in Survivor. Like, don't do it. Like,
this is one of the few times it works.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
very, very few times does it work. And like, thankfully, that there was a way that Rodney's like all in his like Rodney world over here planning all this whole thing, and the actual smart people are doing something that they should be doing. But it's one of those that I love that you brought up, Mike, is that even after he gets basically humiliated and thrown to the wolves, and he should be like, oh, I should rethink my strategy. He's like, I am so good. That was all part of the plan. I mean, I lost Wak, but like, it was good. That was all like part of my plan. It's like, no, dude. No.
He's like, I'm not in danger.
Right.
Not at all. He's like, yeah.
I honestly think that's why Rodney lasts so long, is because they're all like, this dude's delusional. It's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we all realize that from the television. Yeah, I want to give credit to Mike for the Joaquin boot, because, like, again, like you said, Kristen, like, you know, the throwing challenges, it rarely ever works. This does work, and he makes it happen. And also taking out someone who is another challenge threat, like Joaquin. He knows everybody's already gunning for Joe, so if he takes out Joaquin, splits up Rodney and Joaquin, and also takes out another challenge threat, like he's gonna be set to end up winning out like he does. So
yeah, I mean, again, like, people honestly, we're gonna start this early, and Mike and I'll fight about it later, but like, people do not give Mike enough credit for his win. Like, they always are putting him in this bottom low tier of a win, but he's so much more than just winning out those challenges. They're like, yes, does he have a blunder, which we are getting to very shortly here, but there's these moments where you can see that it's not just like pure strength and winning out challenges. He has really great strategic mindset of how to do this. And he also has great social skills that we're going to see come into play later on as well. So like, he is a whole package, and he does not deserve to be as low as he does.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I second all of that.
Mike won't. It'll be fine. We'll get to the fight in a little bit. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we can get to it in a little bit. All right. So they are going to merge. We are going to get Merica as the
Merica
name. Oh my god, it's legitimately just.
You got
don't know.
against America, Jake? Okay. I'm messing.
I find it funny that it's one of the, at least in my opinion, it's one of the worst merge tribe names in the history of Survivor. However, the pride that they all have in this name across the board. I mean, all of them are like, yeah, this is great. And I'm like, this is the most awkwardly, patriotically, like, nationalist thing that we could put on TV. Like, it was a little embarrassing.
Like the most unintentionally patriotic tribe we've ever had on Survivor. And of course, Mike was the one that came up with the name.
Well, I mean, like, that's my spiral into why Mike is not a good winner, but we'll get there.
Whoa!
Because of the tribe name? That's the stupidest reason I've ever heard in my life. My God.
Mike's really going for it.
It's one of the worst. We had no
I'm
bad.
kidding.
We had no bad.
Kidding.
no bag, and
that's-
you're gonna say
that's
something about
fair.
America?
No, I just find
Merica
it-
without the A, like not even an apostrophe. Like, where's the apostrophe?
Because it's part of the joke.
So some things I noticed that were really funny is Shirin is like shit talking about the tribe name, and a couple episodes earlier she's annoying everybody by singing the Star Spangled Banner like off key. Like what do you like, Shirin? What the hell? Like
I will say though, like, yes, okay, like, not a huge fan of America, like the whole like Merica, all the things. Like, I feel like we could have come up with something a little better. But knowing who Mike Holloway is like obviously this is 3 tribes coming together. I like that they did all their handprints with the colors of their like. I think that this is more of like the United States of America. So we are now united. Like, I think that was the premise behind it. It didn't go over so great in the actual like putting it out there, but I think that like the reasoning behind it of like, you know what I mean, like we're unified now, we're all one. Like, I think that it was a beautiful sentiment. It just the
execution
it gets lost a little bit.
yeah. And then you got Haley Ford with the game-changing moment of being so excited as well for America and talking about like the founding fathers and whatnot that Haley likes to bring up both seasons. Oh boy,
That's
Haley
game
Ford.
changer right there.
Yeah. All right, so this is where Joe is going to start his challenge winning streak. He's the first challenge beast of the season, which I do think is really fun. That Mike took a risk, took out Joaquin, and now Joe is potentially going to win the challenges, go on a run here. And so this is where the no collars are still going to be a target, but Jen plays her idol and they take out Kelly, presumably because they know Kelly is like tight with Mike and she betrayed the no collars. So I feel bad for Kelly here. Like, this is just like an out of nowhere idol play. I mean, they definitely probably should have targeted Haley over Jen, but
well, Jen and Haley were super close, so that was never gonna happen.
yeah.
But, I
Right.
mean, the thing about this though is like this was like, again, a lot of people talk about the blunder that we're gonna get to with Mike and why everybody turns on him and stuff. They were already turning on him though. Like, so
Right.
this wasn't because of this, and this is another reason why it's like Mike did it to himself. No, he didn't. Like, this is like, I mean, granted, he's like been pushy and like, let's get this, like, our chores done and things like that. He's being the dad of the group, but I think that this is like, I think that this was a stupid, well, they are very close, so it's not completely stupid to break these two up as a duo, but I feel like there were other options to take out in this moment. Like, you know what I mean? Mama C would be another one that's a very strong competitor that, like, Kelly kind of wasn't doing much other than being like Mike's ride or die.
Yeah, they also got like I said, they got upset that she like flipped, but I don't know, like I don't necessarily know that she flipped on anybody. So I just found it interesting.
Yeah.
So so we are gonna get Kelly going. Joe continues. We'll skip ahead to Joe's boot episode because some interesting stuff happens. So we get Joe finding the clue, and then he does make the fake idol, which leads to Mike getting his real idol. We also should bring up, this is where we get the hilarious moment of Dan and Will both flopping really hard on like the ramp.
Flopping is like the best word you could say. Quite literally.
So Dan like jumps, but it's like a centimeter. So he just like hits his back against the ramp, and then Will like flops down like the dead fish he is. And so funny.
They tried really hard, but flop is the quite literal word we're using for that.
I don't even know how Will's body like made like bent through that way. It was just really.
It's like slow-mo going down because it's like he's so dry and it's like.
Oh, God, it's so.
Mike, how can you hate this season when we have moments like that?
Listen, I'm focused on Rodney right now because this is the start of the Rodney whining arc where Rodney is complaining about every fucking reward challenge from here on out, where nobody chooses him because the teams are already created and he keeps ending up being on a losing team and nobody is trading with him even though they promised him. And it's like, dude, like, you're on Survivor. Like, shut up. Like, I don't know. It's just, I found him so irritating for the next 4 episodes when he kept losing. I wanted him to win. I was like, please let Rodney win. Like, just so we can shut him up.
Give him
Like,
the
that's all I
cake,
wanted.
Come on.
I mean, he was upset over salami at one point. I don't even remember. I don't know why I wrote that
You were
down.
only
but...
annoyed with him for four episodes because I've been annoyed.
Episode 8, episode 9, episode 10, episode 11. He literally complains every episode about not getting the reward.
But he was just so pleasant the other ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rodney,
of course he was awful before that, but like this is where it really turns up the heat.
yeah. Rodney and Survivor are like chicken palm and tuna fish.
Yes.
I didn't even understand that reference.
Is there something you wanted to talk about before we got to the dishes birthday part, Jake? Since we're getting into Rodney's story arc here of
Rodney? I was just gonna say, so this is also where Jen tries to quit and is gonna save Joe, but that doesn't end up working out. And Shirin helps keep her in the game to vote off Joe, which I do feel bad for Joe in that moment because like he actually wants to be there and Jen wanted to quit since Haley left. So yeah, I do feel bad. What was the Rodney moment that you wanted to discuss before the dishes?
Well, no, that was the moment. But like I know that we have like the auction in here too.
Yes.
And
so we need to get to that.
Mike was like going all into the Rodney complaining, and so I was like, "Are we jumping?"
Yeah, this is where it started. We got it.
The area where it started.
Well, that's why I was like, "Please let us tell us we're not going to skip over this major
the
part."
first reward challenge. He immediately complains about it. It's the first one.
Yeah,
it's like you're already complaining.
Don't worry, I wouldn't forget about Rodney and his damn dishes. So
no, I just didn't want us to skip over this main part because this is where people are going to
just say, listen, Kristen, cool, calm, and collective.
Well, you just remind yourself of that when we get to this auction moment because this is where this fighting is started.
Yeah, well, let's get to it. So this is the auction. This is the last time the auction was here for a while until the new era, and they completely changed it to something that isn't what it used to be anymore. But this is really the last true Survivor auction. And this is because everybody is, of course, holding out for advantages. And then everybody wants the advantage, but they also want the letters from home. And so Mike ends up making the deal with Dan and Carolyn that they're gonna get their letters from home and then each have an equal amount of money to bid for the advantages. And Mike decides to go back on his word and originally go and not.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Dan is so upset.
Dan holds this against Mike for the rest of the season. So
I'll let you guys all talk about this first because I have some thoughts, but I'll let you guys all go first, and then I'll tell everybody how this really went down.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Yeah. He definitely like you could tell in that moment like Mike was in such like game mode that like he was definitely gonna do it, but then he had a moment of like I don't think this is the right thing to do, and then he got caught like you can't unring the bell kind of thing. And this is definitely when like the optic of him being just like kind of like, oh, we might need to get Mike out of here to know we need to get Mike out of here because he did that. And then now it's like the get Mike out story arc is now gonna kick in after this too.
Yeah, after I do want to say because Kristen's gonna bring it up. Mike does overhear Rodney talking 2 feet away from camp, getting rid of him. So this is what prompts him to do this and try to make a move. So yeah, I think like, yeah, Mike doesn't do it at the right time. Obviously, then going back to camp, everybody's reading their letters and he decides to call out Rodney, which is also funny in itself because then Rodney like freaks out. What do you mean, you whack job? What? Like, it's just so hilarious because
you gotta relax, bro.
Yeah, you better relax, bro. That's the big one. But it's really funny how it goes down.
I will say, so this is my piece of this, and this is where I think Kristen and I may go in different directions. But maybe she'll agree with me.
We're definitely going.
We'll see. So I think this was Mike's biggest error. And not because he chose to do it, but because he chose to go back on it. I think once, and you kind of brought it up too, Jonathan, like the idea of like, you're making a game move, you gotta go through with it. Because if you don't, it already shows how wishy-washy you are. And I think that that's where he got himself caught up, is that he did care about these people. He cared about Dan from day one. He picked Dan on the mat, right? Like, he pulled Dan into that whole conversation at the beginning. So his relationship with Dan was really important to him. The unfortunate thing is Dan was involved in this little snafu that he's trying to like build some strategy and some move forward to deflect Rodney's coming at him. The unfortunate thing is, by coming back on it and just going through with it, he'd already committed the error. So you might as well just go through with it and just own the consequence of what that does and just move forward with that, because the consequence is already there. Yeah. And that's where I think Mike ruined his own game, is that he let his emotions outplay his thinking. And I think that was his biggest error.
Yeah, he talks about it at the reunion as well, of like, this is where he stopped thinking about the game for 2 seconds.
He let them manipulate him for that like brief second, and he broke his strategy character, and I think that's where I think his game is good. I just don't think it's here it is. I don't think it's top tier, because that mistake really shows how like he was fighting between both, and he failed at balancing both.
Agreed.
Kristen? But you could say he, even like after that error and after Joe was officially gone from the game, now he needs to activate that other side of his, jack of all trades thing of having to win out in challenges, which is like, oh, there's like these people they now hate me, and now I need to literally, if I don't win, I'm going to go home, which of course is like, and I always like it when players, if you're ever put in that position as a player, you do not win, you are going home no matter what. And then the only way to kind of maybe rebound in your game quality is to literally win out in every single challenge, which he virtually kind of does. And there's like a couple idle things here or there. But I definitely agree with what you said, Mike, with how he that was his biggest error in the whole game, was not committing to what he had built up to that point and then taking a step back and messing up.
Agreed with both of you guys. Kristen, now you want to have at it?
Why, yes, I do. Okay, so we have to talk about this. So Jake brought this up very briefly. I've been able to talk to Mama C and Mike about this specific moment before this auction, because we have the idiots that we have on this island. They decided to make the biggest blindside move discussion 2 feet away from camp, where they basically, and not just once, not in secret code, multiple times say, we're coming for Mike tonight. We're getting him out tonight. He is gone, dead in the water. There's no recovering from this. Hate him. I mean, they're not even just like saying like for game wise, they're like throwing some low blows in here. Like, we've got some just idiots on this island at this point. And Mike overhears it, because he's like, I was just going to go take a piss or something, or I was going to go get some water. And he just happens to stumble across this. This isn't even like Tony's spy shack. This is him just like walking to go do something. And they're not hiding in a trail. They're like out in the open on the beach. Zero cares. Zero F's given by this group. Okay. And so you lead Mike into this again, where I think the other thing that I can see with Mike that maybe a lot of other people don't, because I know him now on the outside, is Mike loves people. Like, he is the most genuine, sweetest, most like amazing man that I've ever had the pleasure of. And sadly, we've not met in person, but like we talk on a regular basis. So I know that this is Mike in his heart of hearts, that he loves these people. And he just, I mean, we've got Dan on there that he, like, again, Mike brought up, like, Ryder, like he thought this was his ride or die, and he's over there throwing him out like bad. Right. So this has to immediately hurt. And so he's like, what do I need to do? I got to go for this advantage today. I know it's an auction. I got to go for this advantage. I have to survive. Like, they all want me out, and I've done like nothing technically at this point, like really to like warrant this. And so I will agree that yes, he made that decision. He went, I'm in game mode. I'm going back on my word, and I'm going to do this because it's what I have to do. It's life or death. But again, knowing Mike and who he is, knows that he just immediately hurt those people that he was just hurt by, and he didn't like that feeling of being hurt. And so that's why it's not so much that they manipulated him in that, it's more so of like, my heart, he even says it, I can't do it. It's not in my moral code. I cannot do this. Like, this is just not who I am. Like, I know that I'm basically ruining my game here, but I can't live with myself if I do this. Now, where I think the blunder is is going back to camp and not let them read it and then come back. Mike, then come back, because they all went immediately into their letters. Like, it wasn't even like Rodney or Dan being like, can't believe you did that, bro. Like, because I honestly expected them to do that, but they didn't. Everybody immediately went to reading which I would too. A family, loved one, visit, like 100%. But he was like, let me explain why I did it. Not the best time, Mike. Like, again, this is the people pleasing, the social game of Survivor, right? So this is the number one piece of Survivor. Like, you can be the strategic, like, amazing threat that like does all the moves and so smart. You could be the challenge beast and all the things, but it's going to come down because you're going to need to be voted on by your peers. So like, this is the social game. And so he's like, immediately people pleaser mode, like, guys, I'm so sorry, this is why I did it. You guys were like talking about me, and then but this is where Rodney and them like lose their shit, and they're like, that never happened. Are you guys kidding me? The audacity for you guys to say that you'd have a group of like 10 of you just sitting there on the middle of the beach. Like, at least
you just use Dan's word, audacity.
The audacity and the unmitigated gall.
But like,
unmitigated gall.
For me, it's like, you guys got caught. Own up to it. You still have the numbers, and he didn't get the advantage. So like, you know what I mean? Like, don't make him the evil one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yes, timing wise, I don't agree with. Yes, I do agree that he should have just stuck to his guns because the damage was already done. I do think that he should have just stuck with the advantage. But I think knowing him and knowing how much he cares about people, that it just was not in his. He wanted to immediately, I'm so sorry. This is why I did it, because you guys did this to me. And then, of course, then they started fighting. Everybody's like, can I just read my letter? Like, Sarah's like, shut up. I would be that too. So that is my hot take on it. And again, like, a lot of people blame him for the reason why the auction is not there anymore. I think that is Survivor's fault, because every time you have the auction, you have a letter from home and then you have an advantage. They know those two things are the last two things in the auction. So like, that's on them for doing that. Like, switch it up a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? So I hate that Mike gets a lot of blame for that. I hate that a lot of people don't understand. Like, they think that he is the biggest piece of crap because of how he did that. I think people should know that that's why, and that's who he is as a person, because this was not out of malice. This wasn't out of being stupid or any of those things. This was just Mike being Mike. So that's my piece, and I'll shut up.
And I think part of it too is, right, like, I think it's also reading a room. I think he failed to read the room in the moment. I think that there's these moments of like where Mike tries to give in to Rodney and Dan, and it just backfires. And so I think those are the moments that I struggle with saying that Mike is a great winner, because I feel like he gave Rodney, and not so much Dan, but like, he gave Rodney a lot of fire, and he gave Carolyn a lot of fire to get people to turn against him by unknowingly doing the things that he was doing. And so I struggle with giving him top tier. I would say that with this rewatch, I give Mike a better rating than I probably would have beforehand.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it there for now.
I think I agree with, like, I understand the reading the room part and all that. And I don't disagree with anybody that says that stuff. It's again, where he is giving into the Rodney and Dan of it all is because these are the bonds that he formed really early on, and he's given these people his word. He is a man of his word. And yeah, it's coming back to bite him in the ass hardcore majorly, but that because that's who he is as a person. And I love sometimes when people are like unapologetically going to be who they are in real life. Like, we had Tasha, like, we saw her on the first time when she played, that she was like, I couldn't lie. Like, I told him, and then I went home, my pastor's like, girl, lie in Survivor. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, so it's these type of things with these people. Like, they're fighting with, like, I know what it takes to win. Like, he knew that he had to go for that advantage, but like, that's not who I am as a person. And I don't fault him for that.
Yeah, I agree. And like Mike said, I do think on this rewatch, I give Mike more credit as well. And I would put him a few spots higher as well than I had him before this rewatch.
Just a couple.
But the rebound, though, it's not it's about how you get up after you get knocked down. And it's like his character, and of course that would happen to his character arc. Like, out of all the people here, like, that momentum would be best suited for him to, like, you were going well, you messed up, you crashed all the way down here. Now everybody wants to get rid of you, and it's like, you got to win. You got to win out, or you're not going to win. And they did.
Yeah, he starts his win arc here, but we have to get to a couple things. So we get Dan getting the first ever advantage. We get the extra vote. So how this changed Survivor history, I'm sure we'll get to this in the contributions to the history of the show. But this is huge. We'd never gotten anything like this to happen before. So what are your guys' thoughts on the extra vote coming into play for the first time?
Like he read
I
that,
think it
like,
was
really surprised. Like he was like, an extra vote. Whoa. And I got to this point in the series, and I'm like, those are gonna be like very common, I feel, in the next decade of the show.
We're like, it's only an extra vote. No, I'm just
He's like,
kidding.
whoa, a single extra vote. And I'm like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think what an extra vote does is it doubles your power at tribal council, and I think that's really important, right? Some people have used it to vote for two different people to split a vote. Some people have done some different fun things with an extra vote. I think what really is interesting about this particular season is you have Dan, who is a epic fan, who clearly is bad at the game, who gets this advantage, and you're kind of like you're sort of at the edge of your seat, kind of wondering, like, what's he gonna do with it? Like, is he gonna actually use it correctly? But you really want to believe that he's going to, and so you're like he's an epic fan. He knows how to work this. Like, he's got this, and you watch it kind of just not work out. But I think it was fun. I think it really allows a bit more strategy for someone who may be at the bottom or may be in some sort of, half minority or something, to flip the game. And so I think it's fun to kind of enter into the game later in the game, like it did, where it's like, oh, wow, like I could really change the trajectory of any decision that may be going against me. And I think that's fun.
Agreed completely. I think this was the right time to drop this type of advantage when the numbers are getting smaller and you have the opportunity to do something. So, Kristen, Jonathan?
I just need to know why Mike ever thought that Dan was going to do something great with that.
It's an advantage. It's an advantage.
I remember him getting this, and I'm like,
exciting.
of anybody to get this, like, this is the idiot that got it.
I know.
I was like, come on, because it's like one of those like, because like in Vanquish, like this is like where you're like you plan this amazing season, you're like, oh my gosh, this twist that we're gonna pull out, and then it's like follows on like just it's like, oh, crap, like you are the one that got that one, like. So I do love that we do get the extra vote in here. It can be very powerful, but like in the wrong hands, it just epically sucks, and then it's a letdown.
Yeah.
It was a letdown for you then.
I mean, it wasn't because I laughed, but
yeah, I know how powerful an extra vote can be in certain situations. Even just to know who has an extra vote can be powerful. So
most definitely.
But yeah, and then we have to get to the Will and Shirin situation, and Dan as well is in there because Dan says some more stupid shit. So
it's par for the course at this point.
Yeah, so Will gets sent back to camp because the auction gets a secret container of food and shares it with the tribe, and Shirin and Mike and Jen basically do question it because everybody questions everything in Survivor. You never know like what is 100% the truth. And so Will loses his cool, blows his top, and basically resorts to personal attacks on Shirin about her life back home, which is very uncalled for. Like, I don't know why you would bring this type of thing up. Like, this is just honestly disgusting in my opinion, to be like, nobody back home loves you. And obviously, Shirin's going to talk about her past with domestic abuse. And yeah, I think this is obviously where everybody kind of came to Shirin's side in America because of this moment. I do think like the situation definitely gets her on second chances because like I don't think anybody was like on board with her character on the show until this moment happened, and then everybody's like, oh, okay, we see the person and what she's dealt with, and that she unfortunately has to deal with some people being shitty on this season. So
I also think that this is like the part where especially like people were already like we're watching season 30 and this train wreck that what it is similar to Gabon and those types of things. It's kind of that moment where you're like, this is the Corinne talking about like dead dads at the final show. This is like where the line you do not cross.
Right.
I was not a fan of Shirin like at all. Like I'm like absolutely not, like cannot stand like you yell at this woman, fine, that's totally cool. but it's these lines that you just do not cross.
Right.
And I remember sitting there watching this on like just tears flowing down my face to watch this. And then of course you're going to get the idiot again that is Dan at freaking, and we're going to get to that discussion because I had a whole nother feeling on that one.
Yeah.
But to see Will treat anybody like this, like, I don't care if she is a woman or not, like to treat anybody like this is the most grotesque thing. And we've already seen where this is like the moment where you're like, it can't get worse, and then it continues to get worse. Like you're like, there's absolutely no reason that this should get worse. But this is another moment where, again, I love Mike as Mike being, this is not Mike like, I gotta go save a jury vote, I gotta go like make sure I have the numbers to stay. This is Mike just going and
as a human.
Like, and I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's even more aggravating that Will then resorts to calling Mike a little bitch for coming and saving Shirin from the situation. Like, he didn't even have to do that, but he doubles down on it. So it's bad.
Yeah.
I would
Mike.
say also for me, Shirin kind of gains a lot of respect from me when she timidly raises her hand to prevent Will from getting his love letters.
Yes.
And I'm like, because you're watching it, you're like, Shirin, like, do it. Like, do it.
Yes.
And she does it, and you're like, yes, like, stand up for yourself. Like, that is exactly the moment that for me won me over for her. Like, I know she's a little kooky and all of that, but I think that's fun too. But like, she really like stood up for herself. And then at Tribal, the way she kind of like, just like, I know she gets a little emotional, but like, who wouldn't? And so like, I really enjoyed her arc here because it, like you said, it humanized her very much. Like, she's not just like the kooky player. She's a person. Like, she's somebody that's coming in with some baggage that was then used against her in the game. And that's not appropriate, and that's not okay.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Jonathan, any thoughts on this situation?
I mean, I second everything that everyone said. I think everything's been kind of covered for the most part. So.
Yeah. Yep. We got Dan saying some stupid shit. We got him talking about.
I'm like, let's not leave here. We have to go to tribal council.
Yeah. So first, Dan says in a confessional when Shirin talks to him, he's like, "Somebody slapped this woman, shut her up. That's terrible." And then we're gonna get to tribal, and it's the most ridiculous thing. Dan says, "You know, she has domestic abuse in her family. I was an adopted child."
Oh.
So bad.
I have to like pause and like take a deep breath in this moment because
I mean those two are very comparable things.
This is the joke that I always say. So,
Jeff was like, damn,
Sarcasm,
there's a clear
obviously.
difference. He's like,
Right.
I was an adopted child, Jeff.
The thing for me about this moment is like, again, I say we were like, you can't get any worse, and then he goes and talks about slapping the woman after we just like learned about this, and then now he wants to bring up that I resonate with Shirin. I do. I'm an adopted child, and me on the couch as an adopted child. You guys went. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? I have never once been just like flabbergasted. You could have picked my jaw off the ground several weeks later. That's how much I was in shock in this moment because they are no way, shape, or form anywhere similar to this. But it's the fact that on this little hill that he wants to die on, he not only keeps repeating it like it's going to change anybody's idea. He's like, but I'm an adopted child. And Jeff's like, bro, what? He's like, but I am an adopted child. Like, I don't care how many different ways you say it. You are an idiot. Stop talking because you're like, this is the moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's gonna hate adopted kids now because you have somebody that's stupid. We're not like, you're screaming at the TV like, we're not all bad. Us adopted kids are we're normal. We're absolutely normal. I swear to God.
I love that Jeff's attempt, because he's the host and he's got to ask the questions. He doesn't give the commentary, right? I mean, he does every once in a while, but like, I think it's interesting that Jeff is literally trying to get Dan to make the realization himself. And Dan just doubles down, and Jeff's like, all right, you're a lost cause. I'm going to move on. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you guys ever see the moment of Family Feud with Steve Harvey, and she's like saying, like, they're like, what's another word for mom? And she's like, Nana. And they're like, it's like,
Yes.
are you the board lady? And she's like, Nana. And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't care how many different ways you want to say Nana. It is on the board. Like, it's not going to happen. This is Dan with his I'm an adopted child, because he says it so many different ways. And you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
We cannot.
It's bad. And then you have Will doubling down. Again, Tribal being like, Shirin plays victim and all this. That's so terrible. Like, I don't know how, and Shirin's right to call everybody out for just being bystanders. I'm someone that has gone through a lot of bullying and stuff, and like something that I've always wanted is just like people to kind of stand up for others when they notice something happening, like someone getting bullied or verbally attacked. And it's just shocking that nobody like stands up for her in this situation. I find it really hard to watch this.
See, I'm the person, like, you have Mike, right, that just like walks in and is like, you don't need to listen to this anymore, like, we're leaving.
Yeah.
I'm the person where it's like, talk to me because I talk back, and I'm gonna be in there like, oh, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna be cussing you guys out until we go to tribal council. Like, this is gonna be bad. You don't want to open this can of worms. And so I love that there are those, because like I don't have that. I don't want to see people hurt like that. But like, you have people that are like, there's no point, because like, as we saw in tribal council, that they just are so stupid they can't realize how bad that was. So you have people that are like Mike and Jen. They're like, we're walking away from this because these people, there's no talking to them. So like, let's just go. But I would be there fighting and cussing them out until tribal council.
Yeah.
We'd be like walking into tribal and Jeff's like, what's that noise? Oh, it's Kristen cussing somebody out. Great.
Like they're yelling up the path from the beach. And then Jeff's just
I hate you.
like, he's standing there with his hands behind his back, just like shaking his head like they're at it again.
Another day that Kristen's lost her mind.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah. We still have a bit to get to, but so we get to the Shirin boot tribal. Mike wins immunity, Mama C wins the other one. I do find interesting that they had a man and a woman able to win this next immunity. So they had the option that Shirin could have also won immunity there, and completely changed things a bit earlier. But this is where Mike is going to bluff his idol really well. This is another feather in Mike's cap, where he basically is like, yeah, I'm going to play this on Shirin. I'm going to let her see the idol. And then Shirin's going to vote for Tyler. I'm going to vote for one of the other four randomly. And we're going to see what happens. And this is where it causes Tyler and Will to both vote for Dan. This is a very good move by Mike.
mm-hmm.
I mean, when you want to keep the check marks, I just sit back and watch you guys all come to the realization that he's not a horrible winner. Okay.
No, nobody said he was a horrible winner.
Yeah.
Oh, there are plenty of people out there in the Survivor world that say he's a horrible winner.
Nobody here said he was a horrible winner.
Yeah.
I'm talking to all the people that are going to watch this. All right, just start.
Chris, I got a feeling that you're going to blow up the chat later when we get to winner rankings. And
I already blew it up when we filled it out because I already knew people would put him very low. So it's going to be.
You saved a draft ready to send.
Yeah. So that happens, and then we get to talk about Rodney washing dishes on his damn birthday. So
doing dishes on my birthday.
Oh my god, yeah, he like
perfect.
He bitches out Carolyn for not taking him on the reward, and then like makes fun of her back at camp. We get Rodney's like voice impressions, which I will say they are very good, much better than mine. So
we talked about this before we started recording, and I think that this is a point. Like, I think that people, again, now Mike brought this up, that this is like where we started to see him complain, that people are so sick of him complaining that they're like, fine, oh my gosh, I'll give you my freaking burger next time. I don't care. And I think that this was the moment of like, Mama C had every intention of giving this to him until you find out what the reward is, which is the once in a lifetime reward that they've now taken away, that I wish is still there, because this is a great moment for fans to really get the culture and understanding the world of where they're at in Survivor.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, who is giving that up? That is a once in a lifetime. That's not a burger on the beach with a picnic style like hangout session. This is life changing. And so she had every right to go back on that. And he should understand that this didn't just turn into a regular reward challenge. This was a very important one that anybody would have taken. So Rodney, shut up and sit down and wash the dishes.
Mhm.
Well, I think it's interesting too because there's this moment of like he argues like this is once in a lifetime. Like I want this opportunity for my birthday because it's my birthday, once in a lifetime opportunity. Carolyn comes right back with it. Yeah, it's once in a lifetime for me too. Sorry,
Right.
like it is what it is.
Right.
And then I think this is just the moment where I think Carolyn starts to realize that maybe a relationship with Mike is actually super smart
Yes.
because
Mhm.
then I can move forward with Mike. And if he keeps winning, I can keep moving forward with him.
Yeah.
And it does work to her advantage at one point. I think it's the next episode where she's on the chopping block and she saves herself.
Exactly. Yeah. This is very good on her to realize this, that she's better moving forward with Mike rather than like Tyler, who she's able to cut loose this episode, which is to her benefit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I also did want to mention Rodney tries to then use the dishes moment as a strategy to get Mike to not play his idol, but obviously Mike's not that stupid. So Mike is like, just because I talk slow don't mean I think slow.
Mhm.
We've talked about the fact that these people are such idiots. Like,
Yeah.
this is also like the moment where, like, I remember too, in like Heroes, Hustlers, Healers, where he's like, just because he has idol doesn't mean he's gonna play it. Where are we plucking these people from that we're putting them on the show that's the thought that's going through their mind?
Mhm.
Especially Mike, who's public enemy number one. Come on.
Yeah, Rodney's an idiot for thinking that Mike isn't gonna play his idol.
Mhm.
I think that if you ask Rodney today how good of a strategist he was in Survivor, he would tell you today that he was one of the best.
You probably would.
Like I believe he believes that. And I think that's where it's really kind of fun to watch him because it's like he has these blunders throughout the season, but doesn't realize how bad the blunders are because his strategy is so bad. And it's really just it's kind of icky to watch, but at the same time, it's like
it's kind of funny at the same time.
great TV. It's great TV.
Yeah.
Well, he's expecting everybody to be drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, I'm sorry, their own urine for sun protection. So yeah, he's definitely probably thinking he's the best of the best.
I was wondering if you were gonna bring up the piss.
Oh,
drinking.
100%. Yeah, I can't bring Rodney up and not talk about the fact that that's how you don't get sunburn is by drinking your own urine. I'm definitely going to Rodney for all of my medical discussions forever.
Mhm.
Oh my god. All right.
Like, did you actually know this, or like, because you're looking like you're in disbelief right now that I just like said?
No. I knew this.
Okay, you had like a face on you that I just pulled this out of thin air.
Because no. It's more of like just like the shocking realization that Rodney can't get better. Like there's nothing more that happens that makes Rodney like redeemable in any particular way.
Like, most
Which
people
is so
like,
unfortunate.
right, young and dumb, and then you finally have a realization, like, oh, okay, wow, I was so stupid back then. Like, let me have like the real life realization. Nope, we're now drinking urine to protect ourselves from sun. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Tyler goes, and then I guess just the last episode before the finale. I mean, this is where, as we said, Mike and Carolyn are gonna use that relationship together to get Dan out here, where Dan's gonna play his extra vote, Carolyn's gonna play her idol, and Dan
The audacity.
The unmitigated gall.
The audacity.
Poor Dan.
Poor Dan.
Listen, they gave us so much fodder. Why waste it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do want to throw in one little thing that I think is like a really cute like moment here in the middle of all of this like crazy chaos and like Mike just basically winning. He does win an advantage where his mom was able to help him run the challenge that they were going to have to do.
Yeah.
And I only want to bring this up because this is such a beautiful, heartfelt moment, not just because I'm obsessed with Mike, but because we have so much negativity and chaos in this.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful that she was trying so hard, and he's like trying. You see him too, and like getting so frustrated with his mom because he's like, no, I need to know that, and like, but he's so like, okay, mom, okay, calm down, okay, what are we gonna do, like. But then her at the end, like, I failed you, I'm so sorry, and he's like, it's okay, mom, I got this, I'll make it. Like, this is so heartfelt in a sea of just. Like whatever, but like that was it has to be mentioned because like she knows how bad this is for him, and she's like, I just failed you, and it's like he's like, no, mom, you didn't, you're great. Like,
Yeah. Mike's mom is so adorable. Like I think
Mm.
she's probably one of the best loved ones to come in Survivor history. So
Mhm.
For sure. But yeah.
Well, and I thought even just the reward of that, like that advantage, I think was really fun. Like it was a good way for her to kind of be involved in his ability to like move forward in the game, even though she felt like she wasn't very useful. She was like she got through some of the maze and enough for him to know the maze and well enough to get through it. So
Yeah.
I mean, he smoked them,
Yeah.
smoked them.
yeah, he was so good here. I did want to bring up because I do think a lot of these challenges this season are actually really good. Like I compared to now, especially, like I really enjoyed these challenges, and all the challenges Mike ended up winning were very different challenges. So
I mean, even that final one, like, I mean, everybody at that point, they're like, oh my God, it's like, of course he won. Like, I do love that this moment, again, with all this negativity in this season, we do have that moment in that final, like, immunity that they're like, can we put the necklace on him? Like, I think that was like a moment where they like, man, we really got like our asses kicked by this dude. Like, you know what I mean? But like, they were like, they can all be really mad here at this point, but they were like, you know what? Like, the dude got us. Like, he's in the finals. Like, here, like, can we put it on there? And I just think that was a moment that, even though we have a bunch of like moronic idiots that put their foot in their mouth a lot of the time, that they were able to have a moment that was like, let's be not dicks.
Yeah, for one moment they weren't worlds apart. They're together on one beach, one tribe, Merica.
Merica!
My favorite part is Mike coming into every tribal once he has immunity, and Dan looking so pissed and disgusted.
Looks could kill, man.
Ridiculous.
So yeah, Mike is gonna win out here. He's gonna decide to send Carolyn to fire against Rodney, which is another great move by Mike.
I would argue that it was a bad move.
I understand that too, but because Carolyn is like great competition, but at the same time, he's not just like he's kind of claiming it as his own move. Like, hey, I was then willing to send them to a fire making competition instead of just joining in and voting out Mama C. So
and the last time this happened was in Gabon.
Yeah,
the final four.
Yeah.
Challenge too. So they're like, at the time, they're like, I don't know like how this is gonna have an effect, because today we look at that and we're like, whoever wins the fire making challenge is gonna win the show. Whereas back then they're like, like, I mean, I believe that you can beat Rodney. Let's like, I think anybody can beat Rodney. But like, she's like, I'm gonna send Mama C to go do it.
The thing about this though is like, and I am very 50-50 on this, because we do have like all the Rodney like worshipers on the jury. So like, we do need to get rid of Rodney. Like, all of us at home are like, how the hell are they ever going to vote this guy as a winner? But they were all Rodney trained, which is crazy. So he knows that Rodney has to go, but like also giving Mama C this power, because she has been making moves too. She's not she's not just a background person. She's doing stuff too. And people love her as well. So giving her this other edge, like, I almost wish that Mike would have, because we know Mike would have taken fire out. Like, you know what I mean? I wish this would have been the moment of the Chris Underwood of, here's my immunity. I'm going to do this and I'm going to beat him, because it's just like one of those moments where I wouldn't have wanted him to do it as I was watching, because I'd be like, don't do it. Like, I need you in the final.
I don't think it works out well.
I mean, it's just like, it could have been very risky for him. And I mean, we're going to talk about his final tribal council here in a moment, and where he kind of saves himself. But this could have been very risky, where he could have lost it no matter what to Rodney or Mama C. So yeah,
that would have broken the audience's brain in 2015 if they saw Mike Holloway do that for a third. Then I think people would probably have maybe a slightly different tune about Worlds Apart if he did that. Like, the most of the season was pretty bad, but that ending, whoa. That was insane. I mean, but no, we got it for Edge of Extinction. So
I mean, Edge needed it a little bit more.
The Edge needed it a little bit more.
Yeah,
it
needed it more.
Had kind of a bigger payoff in a way.
Yeah. But yeah. So Rodney's gonna become the fallen angel. We'll get to his ranking later, but but we're gonna.
It actually irritates me that Rodney's a fallen angel, because I just don't.
No. Get it? He literally is a fallen angel. He is fallen.
Very, very far. Yeah.
He's very calm, cool, and collective as a fallen angel. We're gonna get to final tribal. We have one person from every single caller, which is in itself, that is cool, even though one of them is a dead fish. But but as
but he's not a 0 vote finalist
somehow
Yeah,
because of Rodney. But yeah, we do get Shirin's speech as mentioned. So Mike is the howler monkey, Carolyn is the stingray, and Will is the dead fish. Which was great. I actually think it was cool that she put her own spin on like the Suhat kind of thing. So I liked that. You have Jen trying to be the David Murphy, Spencer Bledsoe, where she tells everybody, and Jeremy Collins as well, like she tells everybody vote for Mike because he kicked your ass. Which I don't generally like this either, Kristen. We've talked about it where, you know, someone tells everybody to vote for someone. Like, I definitely understand that. So
I hate this. I mean, listen, to my man's benefit, and I still hate it. Okay, this is like, this will prove to all of you that it's not, I legit just hate this because that is not your job as the jury. Your job is to vote for the winner, not make the, like, everybody else pick the winner that you want. Like, that's not what you're there for. But
do you think that'd be cool to do it like one time and it like loses its charm like immediately after that? It's like, oh, we haven't seen this done before, and it like works, or do you think you're just like, nah, like it's just awful all around?
I think if you need a jury member to fight for you, then you don't belong in Final Tribal Council. You should be able to speak to your own game.
Yeah,
I think on San Juan del Sur that Drew needed Jeremy to tell him who to vote for in that moment too.
Well, listen, we did talk about that. Drew didn't even know he was at Final Tribal Council, so
yeah, he thought he was in Orlando.
But like he could have been like, "Hey, vote this way." Like we didn't need a whole speech about it.
But Drew's basically a badass.
Anyway, but yeah.
Like in this moment, in this Final Tribal Council, I'm surprised that like that Mama C didn't get as many votes as I thought that she was going to get at the time. And I think like in more of a modern day Survivor, she probably would maybe win, or it'd be like a lot closer than just 6-1-1.
I agree.
I'll jump in here because I was frustrated with Final Tribal Council in this season because there were no speeches.
Yeah.
So they're not allowed to give a speech. I thought that was ridiculous. I think that would have definitely earned Carolyn at least maybe a vote or two because she would be able to speak to her own game and be able to say, here are the bullet points of like what I did behind the scenes. And so when people aren't asking the right questions on a jury, which these were not, they were not asking a lot of questions at all. We had Jen telling the jury what to do. Shirin just kind of doing her thing, which was great. It was a great speech, but that's all it was. It was jury speeches. It wasn't asking any of them questions. And what, to Mike's benefit, I'll give this to him, is that he spoke up when he needed to in the moments during Final Tribal Council, because he realized that like I need to like ingrain myself into these comments so that I can get to say what I need to say. Carolyn just didn't do that as strongly. And I think if Carolyn had an opportunity to just speak, I think she would have copped a few more votes.
I agree.
I think again, this is another check mark from a man. Like he again is the whole package here. He is the social game. He is a strategic game. He is like all these things because he realizes like, I mean, trust me, I'm the type of person that would have been cussing them all the way up until Final Tribal Council, where in this episode, like Dan coming in like, you did this to me, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, bro, sit down. You're on the jury. Like, shut up.
The audacity.
The unmitigated gall.
Dan, I'm so sorry. Like, you are my bro. Like, I can't believe I heard. Like, and he takes that moment, and then Dan's like, I accept your apology. Nobody cares if you accept it or not. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's taking that moment to be like, I need to like really amend this. Like, I do care about this person. So.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up as the last thing that happens at Final Tribal of note. Is that Dan is pissed at Mike. Mike does a great job at getting Dan to vote for him. So because he was genuine, it kind of thinking of Vanquish, it reminds me of what Austin did in season 11. So like, you know, appealing to the jury member you need. I think it was really good. So yeah. So Mike wins 6-1-1. And he is not called the winner of Survivor Worlds Apart. He's just called the winner of Survivor. So I found that
of Survivor.
Yeah.
Right. Even Jeff understands that he's the best winner of all time.
But Mike runs over, kisses Jeff Probst, and then goes and almost tackles his mom. So.
Love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good moment. And then Mike gets declared that he is not eligible for the second chance ballot. He would have been in the cast, but because he won. Yeah. So,
I mean, I think they should have let it slide. Let him go back and play.
He should have been a game changer.
Yeah, War on Winners of War. But...
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we know whose spot would have lost their spot?
Andrew
Do
Savage.
we know that?
I think it's
No. See, we need Andrew Savage.
Did we?
I mean, he has a great blindside. We'll get to
did.
that next week.
I will throw this out here because I mean, obviously, this reunion again is like really like we don't even need to go into all that because that would be another like half an hour of that. But, like this reunion is very, very toxic. But we get like the shortest reunion of all time as they're all screaming at each other, and then Jeff's like, "Let's get to the vote." But I mean, for good reason because again, they would have continued on forever. I will. This is a fun fact that's like going to lead you into next week when you're doing second chances. Is Mama C was blindsided here. And this is coming from her and Mike's mouth that we've talked. She was promised by multiple people and a lot of different things that she was on the cast of Second Chances.
Okay.
And when she was not, it like all hell broke loose because that's why like she knew she was walking up on that stage. Like she knew it. And then for her to get blindsided, it was a massive blindside to her.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in Second Chances next week. I think Shane brought it up in our chat of like, I definitely think production had a hand in certain things of what they wanted. Which is depressing because I definitely think that shouldn't have been the case. But
it's about what the fans want. You know, it's about what we want.
Listen, it's like this like 50 thing when it's like voting on. I was like, they don't care. They're not going to listen to our votes.
No.
Anyway,
but so that is Worlds Apart. Let's get to where the rankings stand. First boots, we're adding So Kim. Our top 10, it is Tina Weston All-Stars, Sonia Christopher, Johnny Fairplay, Francesca Caramoan, Zayn Knight, Sugar, Francesca Redemption Island, Chicken, Dam, Rupert, and Nadia from San Juan del Sur. So Kim is number 22. She is above Jonathan Libby from Palau, below Nina from One World. So
this list is getting longer and longer.
I didn't think she'd break the top 10.
No, the stupid neutral box lie kind of ruined that.
Which wasn't that Joaquin's lie anyway, and so just went along with it.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know why you would have gone along with something that bad.
That was just went along with a lot of different things. Like
so bad.
So
bad.
So bad.
Yeah, maybe if she had been on San Juan del Sur instead, like originally was the plan, maybe she would have done better. Probably not, but
probably not.
All right. Fallen Angels as they stand. So we have Sari, Rob Cesarino, Malcolm, Jerry Manthe, Kathy Vio, Rudy, Yowman, Lex, Terry Dietz, and Ian. We're adding Rodney.
Not even close.
He's not even,
he is number 30.
Rodney is bottom 5. He is 26th out of 30. So
that's about right.
Yeah,
he's 30.
You gotta relax, bro.
Christina Cha from One World.
No, see, even she's better. Why is he not 30? This is
he's even below. He's even below Granny Jan from Thailand and at Cemetery. So.
Below Granny Jan.
That's amazing.
Thailand takes the cake.
Jan was fun to watch.
Yeah,
she was more positive than Rodney, so I'll give her that. So in a really bad season. All right, losing finalists, we're going to add Will and Mama C. Our top 10, it is Boston Rob All-Stars, Parvati Heroes versus Villains, Russell Samoa, Stephen Fishback, Ozzy, Colby Donaldson, Amanda Kimmel, Micronesia, Kelly Wigglesworth, Jacqueline Mish from San Juan del Sur, and Stephanie LaGrosa, Guatemala. All right, Mama C ended up at 21st. She is below Twyla and above Jervis, which I think is too low for Mama C.
Are they gonna lump Will like right next to her or something like that?
No, Will better be at 30 as well.
Will's actually higher than Mama C.
Luckily, these voters are not that dumb. They put Will Sims in dead last. So.
Thank God.
You know, 3 of the voters are right here, by the way.
Well,
Yeah,
because I put him dead last, so where he should be. But Mama C should
I'm pretty sure I
definitely-
put him pretty low.
I thought Mama C would break top 10 there. I'm a little shocked.
yeah, Mama C should be higher. So,
I didn't know if she would break top 10 with that group of 10, but definitely in the teens at least.
yeah, I agree.
That's a surprise.
Yeah. All right, the winner rankings. We're adding Mike Holloway here.
Right now.
All right, our
I
top
don't think
10.
you're ready. Go ahead, Jake.
Our top 10 is Parvati Shallow, Micronesia, Tony Vlachos, Cagayan, Kim Spradlin, One World, Todd Herzog, China, Yul Kwan, Cook Islands, Natalie Anderson, San Juan del Sur, Boston Rob, Redemption Island, Richard Hatch, Borneo, and the Sandras, Pearl Islands, and then Heroes versus Villains.
He's gonna be like
Above Boston Rob and Redemption Island. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, he should get more credit, but I feel like the voters are not going to give him credit, and he's going to get like 16th or something.
He's probably like 30th because people are idiots.
Yeah, he's going to get like dead last.
All right, Jacob.
Out of the top 30, I'm going with 23.
Kristen, you're going to be kind of happy, I think. You're going to be doing a happy dance. Mike Holloway just misses out in the top 10. He's number 12.
Okay.
Okay, I'll accept. I'll
He's
accept.
slow happy dance.
It's a half a happy dance.
Yeah. He's right below Tom Westman, which I think is a pretty good spot.
Okay, I don't hate it, especially with the group of people that were voting. I definitely didn't expect that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job, guys, for voting.
So I'm about right. He's about middle of the road. He's about middle of the road. That seems right to me.
Well, he's about to crack that top tier, is what you're saying. Like he's just below.
Yeah, but we've got 20 more winners still to like add to the list.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I put Mike a little higher than I did when I was going into the rewatch this time. So like I wouldn't have him too low. So all right, season rankings. The top 10, it is Heroes versus Villains, Cagayan, Micronesia, Pearl Islands, China, Borneo, Cook Islands, Blood versus Water, San Juan del Sur, and Australian Outback.
Yeah, it's not breaking top 10.
I think as a whole, it'll be.
I don't think it breaks top 20.
It'll be like in the bottom tier.
I was very shocked when I saw this. It cracks the top 10 and is number 10.
What?
I was legitimately shocked. I was legitimately shocked.
Let's
you know
go,
why?
Mike.
Because I ranked it number 1.
Wow.
Well, other people would have had to put
30,
it.
let's go.
Other people would have had to put it higher for it to get here as well, not just you, Kristen. So like, wow.
People are starting to listen to me. Yay, me.
I don't agree with it being here. I think the negativity really hurts it for me. But again, Mike's arc, I do agree with the fact that he does save the season by winning it. So like if anybody else, I mean, Mama C would have been a good winner as well.
Yeah.
But like, I do think Mike's arc really saves it. So
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Wow.
So
wow. Like wow.
Let's get to our favorite male and female player. I mean, I'm going with Mike Holloway and Mama C. I have to.
End discussion. Done.
Is there any other option?
There's no. Yeah, that's unless Mike. You got.
Mike's gonna do it just to piss me off.
There is no man on this season that even remotely that even comes close to Mike. And it's a struggle for me because I do like Mike. I think Mike is an amazing person. However, I struggled with the fact that like he was the best. I mean, by a lot, and he had his flaws too. And so it's just a struggle to even choose any other man at all on this season.
Yeah.
Women, Mama C. I love Mama C in general. So
yeah. Yep. All right. All across the board, that might be one of the first times this has happened.
I also want to throw this out there for like very last minute that again to prove the point of Mike Holloway being as decent as he is. For anybody that doesn't know this, I know Jake and a lot of people know this in like our world, but on my birthday, with Mike Holloway being my favorite winner of 2020, I was sent a box of autographs, and Mike Holloway was the very last one that I opened, and I started literally crying and made a post about it on Instagram that Mike found and DM'd me and said, "You are the reason why Survivor is so great. We love fans like you. Can I get you a Zoom call? I want to meet you." And so that was the very first time that I met Mike Holloway. And when he sent me the Zoom call, it said Carolyn Rivera's Zoom meeting. And I was like, what is this? And so he not only surprised me with him, but he surprised me with Mama C as well for the first time ever. And it was just like one of the best things that has ever happened to me. They talked to me for a long time. They talked to me about 30. It was great. And ever since then, Mike Holloway will still send me birthday messages. He will send me things. He showed up at Disney hoping, because he knew I worked at Disney and I was off that day. And he sent me a picture of him in my work, like, came to see you, but you're not here. Like, Mike is like seriously one of the sweetest people of all time. So again, love him.
Yeah.
I think what would have been more interesting about this season is which one we didn't like the most.
Oh,
I think that'd be the harder decision.
That would have been a harder decision.
Yeah, if we would have kept to the least favorite, I mean, the options are there.
Lots of options.
But I was just gonna say, hopefully at some point we can get Mike on for a what if, and Kristen, you can come on for that one. So, so Mike, if you're listening, definitely come on the Tribe of Nerds.
Mike, I love you.
Mama C,
Mama C as well.
I'll see Mama C in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I will too.
Over the Edge Celebrity Weekend. Go check it out.
Yes. All right. Last question, of course. How did this season contribute to the evolution of Survivor as we know it? I would say the advantages, obviously the extra vote is huge. I think
auction.
The auction is now gone until the new era where it's not even the auction anymore. I would say it definitely just contributed to, again, them continuing to love the 3-tribe format so much that they beat it to death. I think it evolves the game with those things, and like, again, we get to see more challenge beasts. I would say those are probably the reasons. What do you guys have?
Well, I mean, definitely the challenge. I mean, he broke record. He tied the record.
Continued the record.
He tied the record. But yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, that's a huge thing because like that's extremely hard to do. Like, it's insane. So those are just, I mean, I agree with you on all of those things. I don't think there's really other, basically the biggest life lesson from season 30 is don't be dicks, don't hate on women, don't like talk about domestic violence as a joke and all the things.
Yeah, agreed.
Sum it up with don't be dicks.
Yeah. Mike,
I think for me, it's really about it was my re-entry back into Survivor. I had to go back and watch a couple of seasons to get back into Survivor, and 30 was my first one like live back. And I think it reinvigorated like the excitement of the game. I think Mike, as much as I still think he's slightly above average, I think that Mike did show like how an underdog can win the game and how somebody who bucks the trend of the season, I think can still be a really like powerful winner. I also feel like the advantages, I think, going back to that for a second, is that extra vote kind of got the ball rolling on how can we make the game more dynamic and give more people opportunities to make moves other than just saving themselves. And I think that's what really is exciting to see. And a lot of games just in general have developed that, like Big Brother and all these other games started to add more advantages and more twists to their game because of the advantages that Survivor was adding to their game.
Yeah. Jonathan?
Yeah, I'll second everything there. My big thing was just the fact that how good of a player that Mike actually was, that he didn't get much of the credit that he deserves throughout the whole story, and thinking that he was going to be toast from the jump, and then ended up actually, breaking records and falling into certain categories of actually being a good player. And I think he was definitely, I'm a sucker for underdog stories and for players that are just really good at like challenges, because you're like, nowadays, like it's few and far between seeing any of those types of players win the game. But like whenever one of them comes along, you're like, oh, it's like really kind of interesting, showing that you don't have to exactly be, if you're a jack of all trades and you can win these challenges to get to the end, then go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for coming on as always.
And don't be an asshole and stop talking about women.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, really quickly before you shut it out, Mike Holloway just messaged me.
Oh my god.
Oh,
No.
He just messaged me.
Are you gonna have him surprise us?
No, but it's
it
just
comes
funny
in the
that like
chat.
Right now, he just pops into the StreamYard.
I mean, he just messaged. If you want to pause it, I'll see what I can do.
To which
Oh
I
my-
then say, Mike, you're the best winner ever.
I'm gonna call you out.
Well, let's close this out. So yeah, so next week we're kicking off volume 4 with second chances. It'll be me, Shane, Kevin, and Ryan Nia Wayne talking about the second chance vote and everything that went into it. So subscribe, like, share, comment. Continue the journey with us through 1 through 50 as we finish the last 20 seasons, and we'll see you all next time on The Tribe of Nerds.